just live life, man.
Yes.
Fabulously,
Yes.
man. Let me tell you something.
I love everything about that song. Everything. Yes.
Everything about this song, right?
Yes. It's so inspirational. It just makes you want to just get up and like whatever your goals and dreams are, not care what anybody says. Just do you. I love it.
Do you? And what I love are segments like this, because as you know, this is Charles Gregory with the Beautiful.
LaurenSizzle.
And this is We Talk Weekly after the talk, right? And listen, everyone knows who watch and listen to this show, right? They know that the interviews are my favorite portion of the show.
Yes.
And why are these my favorite segment of the show? Because I get to know people.
Yes.
I get
yes,
to know
yes.
and hear and feel their energy, feel their vibe, and ask them those hard questions.
Yes.
You know. And so we're going to talk a lot, and we're going to ask those questions, and we're going to have fun, right? But before we do anything, before you introduce it, no, you know what? I'm going to let you introduce this brother, then I go into my spill. So, Lauren, who we got coming up next?
Yeah, so I had to condense this bio because, you know, Derek has been just phenomenal, just hustling like in the streets. But we have the young and talented Derek Delequa. I love saying that. I just love saying it. So with a hot new single titled Fabulous Life, a talk show, Delequa, the Derek Delequa Show. Derek started early in the 5th grade when they would put on concerts for fellow students at the end of the month during the last period. By age 20, Derek released an album titled Talking with a Stranger, which was aired on in Baltimore, Maryland, 92 Q Jams. And Derek released a second album in April 2012 titled Born in the Old, Shaped in the New, a gospel record with Elevated Praise as the leading single and also Count It All Joy. And this album won many awards and accolades. And in 2015, Derek came back from a break with another single called Grace Factor, which was awesome. I heard that. And in 2016, a pop-friendly record called LYL, Live Your Life, which we just heard. And Derek has been in plays and appeared in the Netflix series House of Cards. So, just phenomenal. I don't know where you find the time to just like do all this stuff. But welcome to the show, Derek Delequa.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am blessed. I cannot complain. Happy, living life, loving life.
I know that's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
I love the song
yes.
that I just heard. Let's talk a little bit, but let's start there. Let's talk about the
Thank
song
you.
that we just heard.
Thank you guys for having me, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. No, thanks for coming. Absolutely, yeah. So let's talk about that song that we just heard.
Let's chat.
Yes, let's chat a little bit.
What you want to know?
How fabulous was that? How fabulous was that? What was the inspiration behind it? It got a real great tune, real great sound to it, man. I could hear me playing it in the car. It's fun.
Yes,
It's
it is
fun, and that's what I
Yes.
like about it. So let's talk a little bit about what encouraged you to produce and create that.
Right. LYL, Live Your Life. Hello, hi, everybody. It is Derek Delequa. I'm so happy to be here. But Live Your Life is my testimony.
Okay.
It's my story.
Yeah.
And it's my, what's a good word to use it? I would say it's my, what's that? I was looking at the top of my head. It's your, what do you call it? Anyway, it's my little mantra. I
Mantra.
guess.
Yeah, I
Or
was
my
going to say
mantra,
that.
or,
yeah.
my mind is just drawing crazy
It's a lot.
blanks.
Yeah.
But it's
Motto.
what I use to help me just keep going, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah.
Affirmation.
Affirmation.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay,
Come
there you
on,
go.
Holy Ghost.
There you go.
Affirmation. That's the affirmation. Yes, I
Don't
still
get
got the
him
churchiness.
started. Do not get him
Don't let the
started.
heels and the makeup fool you. I still know Jesus, y'all. I still know him very well.
I
But
know
no,
that's right.
it is my affirmation because I
Yes.
remember sitting and I was just struggling with who I was and all these different things coming from the gospel realm and people saying what they had to say, doing whatever they had to do, and question, well, what are you doing like that? You dressed like that? Well, secretly you want to be as fabulous as me. But
Right.
you know, but no, all
exactly.
jokes aside, is I think people, and it's not just for LGBT, but people in general, live your life, your dreams.
Right.
I always had to remember being a little kid and what it was. I always wanted to be a superstar. I wanted to do what Diana Ross and Whitney Houston and
Yes.
Beyonce and all of them are doing. Toni Braxton and Kelly and Michelle and Latoya, you know, and Latavia. Shout them out eachly because I can't shade my girls. Those are my girls.
Yes.
But I wanted to do what they wanted to do. So when you think about live your life, you have to live your life no matter what they have to say.
Right.
Yes.
No doubt. So So you talk about your story. Let's talk
Right.
a little bit about your story and how you evolved as a person, right?
Mhm.
Let's start from when you started to understand who you were,
Mhm.
right? And because you're saying you live in your life right now, so
Right.
let's start from there until now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Walk me on that voyage. Yeah.
Well, my journey has been, I wouldn't even say a unique one because there's people like me all over the world,
Right.
especially young kids now. So it's not too much as of unique as it is there for somebody else to hear out.
Right.
So I was adopted at birth. Let me give you a quick little run. Adopted at birth in a fabulous family that I love to pieces, although we don't all see eye to eye all the time. I love them to pieces.
That's everything.
And you know, they grew up in a Christian home. My mom's an evangelist, my dad's a deacon, and I grew up in a little town too, where there's not many black people, or especially gay people. So, and a man in heels. Oh my God, I can't believe it. So that was where I grew up, and to go against all those norms, and coming up in the '90s, it was still so taboo to be gay, especially in the black community. It still is taboo. You're looking like you think you're going to catch something if you look at a gay person. Child, do your research. Okay, you'll catch something looking at the sun, but you won't catch nothing looking at me besides an excitement. So therefore, you know, and excitement means a smile on your face. You're happy to see it. And that's what I mean by excitement.
Yeah.
So, you know, I knew who I was at a young age. I wanted to be the Pink Ranger child. I wanted to be Dorothy. Okay. I used to wear my mom's little kitten heels that she had in the back of her house. She had a little mini heels, so they wasn't real heels. But I just had to really hone in on myself, and I've dealt with depression and suicide and all those types of things because it was so much pressure on me to not be who I was. I remember getting in trouble for picking female characters. I used to whoop people's behinds when Katana on Mortal Kombat, honey, and my uncles then would be so mad. You always picking the girl. Well, you know, so just a long story short, all those things played into me dealing with the depression issues that I've dealt with, and the suicide, and the low self-esteem. But when I finally got around people with the right energy and understood what energy was over religion, basically, I was able to understand that, okay, God, you are a positive energy being. So there's no negative with you. There is no negative with God. Everything is positive because there's always a way out with him. So I realized that God still loved me for me. Even though the church ostracized me and did whatever they did, God still realized how God loved me. And Lauren's also one of the people that helped me through a lot of that. You know, you remember that time of me trying to really just be myself. So it's all about trusting and knowing who the creator is for yourself.
There you go.
You know, it's a lot, like I said, but at the end of the day, I want people to know the creator loves you for you. So that's how you find that center, and then you can just walk in your freedom.
Interesting.
Awesome.
I love your energy. I love your energy.
Thank you.
So, so as someone like myself, like a heterosexual male, right, hyper masculine, right, and trying to understand and evolve as myself, right. One of the things that when you talk about learning is starting to ask the questions, right.
Right.
And so the first one is, how do you identify? How would you like to be identified first, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Ask how you identify, because you don't want to offend, right?
Right. Yeah. I always ask people their pronouns, but just to give people maybe a little rundown, let you understand. You LGBT, you got lesbian.
Right.
That's a female who was with another female. Right. You got gay. It's another man with another man.
Right.
Bisexual, like both genders.
Right.
Then you got the T, which is transgender. So then you have the trans brothers and sisters who their goal is they believe they are women, or they are against they're not the gender that they were assigned to at birth. So I have some fabulous transgender brothers and sisters in this life, and I will neither my trans brothers, I call them him, he, his, because he is a man. That's what he is. He's a man. My trans sisters, females, straight up females. You look at them, they fabulous and gorgeous, darling. But then you have the Q, which is queer. Then you have, which kind of deals with me in the non-binary, which I don't really form to a gender, because at the end of the day, I'm just a being, a soul being that is here. Because when we all die, this flesh ain't here, but this soul got to do something. I don't know, I don't care what people believe, but this soul got to do something. Something is on the inside of us that's allowing us to talk. So therefore, I've understood that the creator ain't a gender. So why am I suffice myself to that because real quick side story. I remember going to the doctors and getting my test run of like all the different tests and things, and they had told me I had too much estrogen in me. So I'm thinking, oh, my family, maybe it's too much the food you eat. So I said, oh, okay, y'all just really
too much tofu.
Right, y'all really, you know how picky I am as an eater. Y'all just don't want to admit how fabulous I am. So therefore, I said, I want the paperwork. When I got that paperwork, child, and they asked me, I said, is it because of the food? They said, no, we have all those numbers in there. You just have way more estrogen in you than you should, because I've always been naturally fabulous.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm non-binary, but you can. But if you see me in the street and you don't quite get it, if you say he, I'm not going to bash you over the head and say, oh my God, you're discriminating against me. No, because I'm okay. But there is those times where if you know someone is trans, or if they look like they're trans or something like that, you address them as he or her, him. And now if they correct you, then, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, let me help you. Because most of them, I think it's a discussion that has to happen on both sides and a level of tolerance on both parties.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I can't be mad at someone for misgendering me if they don't know.
Right.
You know, now if they knew, it's another story. But I think we have to have a certain level of tolerance when it comes to each level to understand people.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So last month was Pride Month.
Yes.
And you're an advocate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you did last month? Anything special?
We did quite a few things. I've been doing a lot of prides, a lot of the pride festivals. We did Cincinnati's Pride, was over 100,000 people there. And it was
Cincinnati.
Yes.
Wow. Cincinnati did that, what, 2 weeks
They have
ago?
they have a huge community there. Cincinnati.
Oh, is that the
huge.
one I saw?
Yes.
You don't hear about Cincinnati. You hear about like San Francisco. You hear about Atlanta. But you
New
know,
York.
Yeah, some of the
New
major
York.
cities.
Well, not Cincinnati.
Yeah, and because it's not in the mainstream like the big cities are. But when I went there, I was so taken away. And my team and I, we said, whoa, it's all these people. And it was
Shout
like,
out to your team.
Wow,
Your team been holding it down. Shout kudos to them. No doubt. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I got the best team in the freaking world. I'm trying to tell you guys. But no, Cincinnati was lit. That's what they say, lit, right? It was lit.
It did look from the video.
litty.
I saw the video. It looked like a lot of people.
That made me cry. I still cry thinking about it the other day show. Because when you give
And
love,
you did your thing. You did your thing as usual. Yes, I love your voice.
So yeah, we did that, and we did some more just educating people on the the non-binary and just the different things. 'Cause a lot of people like to ask those questions. So I definitely during Pride Month try to open that discussion up to anyone and everyone, not just Pride Month, but at any time.
Right. And do you feel like that, would people know and understand that, that kind of changes things a little bit?
I believe it does come with understanding. Because just like when anything you're learning, when you have a career, your first job, you don't know everything going right in. But when you learn it, it starts to understand. And some people will say, well, like I used to work customer service, right? So a lot of people say from one side of the on the phone, these people are so mean. They act like they tired of talking to me and da-da-da-da. But then I finally learned the other side of the phone where it's like, y'all coming on here like this, that, and the third, and all that. So people, we don't, just because you don't agree or agree doesn't mean you can't come along. That's what I'm trying to teach my family, y'all. Like a lot of my family, y'all don't have to like what Derek's doing.
That's key.
But just try to be with me and ride the wave with me and just try to keep it positive, neutral ground,
Exactly.
Fantastic, man. Like, you just like illuminating. It's great, and I love positive. We talk energy. I love positive energy. So, interesting. That's
I know. I fell in love with Derek like the first time that I saw him. I was like,
I love it. I love it. So when you all big and in the Grammys and stuff,
Derek
don't forget
just
about
has
the
that
little
spirit.
one. Us little folk when we talk weekly. You know what I mean?
Lord, I don't like to say little folk. Ain't nobody little. Is no big eyes, no little U's. Y'all, just as I'm so honored to be on y'all show. I'm telling you, y'all are doing major. And I was watching. I was like, I get to be on their show.
Tell us about your show.
I do. I have a little show. It's a little show, darling. Just a little something, darling. No, all jokes aside, it is Delequa, the Derek Delequa Show on Channel 28 in Comcast in Delaware. Okay. But after it's every third Thursday of the month. Okay. And we usually upload it the next morning via YouTube. And you can go right to the YouTube and view it. I have so many amazing guests on there. Yes. First episode, I have to say it because I got to shout out my sister. Hopefully she's watching, Miss Cammie Williams. Okay. That is my sister. Yes. And she's in Illinois, but she's a fabulous singer, darling. Fabulous. Wow. She is a fabulous sister too, but she's a singer herself.
Yes.
But Delequa Show.
Yeah. Awesome. I always wanted to know what, because you come from a church background, right?
Yes,
You've been on the
heavy.
choir. I'm sure you've been on the choir and everything.
Directed it and everything.
That's my point. How was that emotionally to deal with, the different personalities and the opinions, the heavy opinions when you got people that's not flexible. How was that to deal with,
Ooh, Jesus. That's what I have to do
I know
because
that's right.
folk will try you.
Yeah, I'm
Folk
sure
will
they will.
try you. But what I've learned is to kill people with kindness. I don't like to say kill them. I like to just say overshadow them with positivity.
Absolutely.
Because if you stay positive, I'm telling you, it may sting you, but baby, it won't last with you, and you can move on to the next thing right away as long as you focus on that positive energy. You know what I mean? So that's what I had to learn to do is just still love them. And to this day, I mean, you can feel the energy that they don't know how to take me, but a lot of them still show love. So I got to give it to them. Man, at least they're learning to show more love than what they've done.
Right. Awesome.
Wow, man, wow. So what can we expect from you next? I mean, you're performing, got some great music. You got to make sure that we get those songs. I mean, they don't get
Yes, y'all
send
got
us
to be
some of
playing
that
them.
music, man, so we can put it on our
Yes.
playlist and promote you. But what's next? What can we expect from you next? I mean, you got a talk show also, television program, radio, you're performing. What do you know?
Right.
What's next?
Right. Well, I am in the Wiz here in Philadelphia.
my
I'm playing in the Wiz, and guess who I'm playing, y'all? The Wiz.
I know
Actual
that's
wizard.
right.
Yes, I get to be the wizard with Theater and the Acts, and it's our fabulous director, Miss Cheyenne. Shout out to everyone with the Wiz. I love this awesome cast. It's just as awesome as our cast was. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's a family
Yes.
thing, and that's what I love about it. So come see it the last 3 Sundays in August in Philadelphia at Malcolm X Park. The 12th. What is it, the 12th? Yes. See? Those are the dates.
Your team is dope.
Yes,
Your team is
yes.
dope. Yeah. What would you tell, people who, maybe because it's a lot of gentlemen that really don't get it and they're trying to understand, right? What would you tell them to try to help them, the heterosexual male that feels like, oh, what's this, right? And shout out to my brother because we'll get into my brother in a little bit, but how do you get how do you start that conversation? Because I think one of the issues that a lot of us have is being scared to have a conversation, right? So you can't even start to understand. You can't even know if someone is just a beautiful person, period, without you even saying something, right? So how do you, or how would you recommend to start the conversation, a dialogue?
There's a saying that says, if you want to see change, let it begin in you. So, with that being said, I don't open the conversation. I make myself open, and I approach people with positivity again, which makes people open. Case in point, I'm not sure. I've never met you, but absolutely. I don't know where you at with people like us, but a lot of guys, they don't understand it because of the hyper masculinity thing we have going on. Everybody just feels like you have to be so masculine to do A, X, Y, and Z. I mean, listen, Linda, it's not just in the heterosexual world too, it's in the gay world too. Like they be like, you just gotta be femme, da-da-da-da. Honey, express yourself. But I tell people to be comfortable with you first, because if you're comfortable with you should have no problem with anyone else. Why? Really examine yourself, because why else would that bother you unless they were in your presence doing something to you to harm you? And if that's the case, then you might as well be like that with anyone, because you never know what anybody's going to do to you.
I want to jump to it has been a lot, especially in Philadelphia. It has been a lot of talk between a white gay population versus a black gay population.
Yes.
What's going on there? That it seems that it's starting to boil over. What's going on there?
Lack of love, the spirit of hate. We see what's going on in our governmental systems in the world today.
Hello.
I was going to say that.
That's all I'm going to say. But we see a lot of things that's going on, and everybody's just back and forth. Like, at the end of the day, why can't we just agree to disagree and move the heck on and everybody shine? There's enough room for everyone to shine.
No doubt.
I mean, in a world of Beyonce, everybody else can still kind of shine while she's out. So, yes, there is enough room for everyone.
No doubt. I know that's right. I want to jump into Me Too.
Okay.
This whole Me Too initiative.
Yes,
right?
Oprah.
What's your
I was watching something with her today.
I love it.
I live for Oprah.
I always talk Me Too. I'm not even gonna hold you. So let's talk a little bit about. Gosh, we running out of time. It's crazy. This time flies. So what's your take on what's your thoughts on it? I mean, because you have, I love that this is, and I surround myself around the sisters because I believe in they're my equal, right? And I believe that they have a voice just like we do, right? And so I support them, right? And so when I hear certain things that happens, it bothers me, and we talk about it a little bit. But Me Too, right? What's your perspective and what's your thoughts on that?
You never know what anybody else is dealing with.
Yeah.
It can take somebody years to come out, and just that one person that came out gave the other person courage, just like with the gay thing. I mean, it's be honest, be open, but you never know when somebody's time is. They have to be comfortable with it. Right. So I can't judge somebody for them coming out later. Some people, their intention is going to come back on them, whether their intention was right or whether it was wrong. They will have to deal with that, and they will have to. You don't have to answer to that. Pray that whatever's supposed to happen happens.
And what advice would you offer to someone who wants to come out but doesn't know how?
Someone who wants to come out and does not know how. First, center yourself and know who you are first. Be okay with self first, and take time with self. Then, when it's time to mingle with people, you can do that. But also have those core friends that you can really trust. I got my two best friends, my Ashley and my Lily. I love them, and William. Those are my best friends. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to them. Anything. Anything. So have your trustworthy circle, and trust you, and trust the creator most.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. See, and this is why this is called After the Talk.
Yes.
Right? Because we do a lot of things that's after the talk, man.
Yes.
So this is kind of like behind scenes. We already ended our radio show, but we wanted to. Sometimes we got some special guests on, and I need more. I'm like a fiend. I need more. I need to know, man. I need my people to know and hear. And so, before we get to how everybody can contact you and see what's next and what's going on and everything, I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of like the young community, our young ones, our babies, right? And
babies.
Sometimes when they're going through their transitions and stuff, right, they're not really accepted, but they don't know how to handle it. So you got higher rates of suicide. You have different places where they're getting kicked out now, kicked out of the homes. They have no place to go, and sometimes that's where that street life come into play, right? And they start to do some of the wrong things. Let's talk a little bit about that, and how do you think we can help them a little more? How do you think we can, support them a little more?
Right.
Yeah.
It starts with parenting.
Right.
That's just like with manners. A child that don't say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, or when I was raised, when you walked in the room, the child was saying hello to the adult.
Yeah,
Adults didn't have to say hi to you. You said hi to the adults.
Yeah.
You was not in a grown folk conversation.
Right.
So we made sure we told our kids what is what. So kids don't learn hate. I mean, they come in the world with hate. They are taught that.
Right.
So you need to teach them acceptance. It's okay to say this is not something that mommy and daddy agrees with in our religion, but you must still love.
Right.
But we don't have those conversations.
Yeah,
we just have the it's
Right.
wrong, they're going to hell, or this is the conversation, or this is abnormal, or I don't understand it, I don't like it. So it's so much negative that's thrown at it that it's hard to keep the positivity with it. So it takes a global effort, a worldwide effort of everyone to operate in love. Funny story real quick. We were in the airport the other day, headed to Cincinnati. It was so funny. And this cute little girl from, I guess she would have been from like Middle Eastern descent or whatever. I'm walking in the airport. We trying to get to the airport. I hear her, "Mommy, is that a boy or is that a girl?" It's so funny. Like, seriously, like I laugh at this stuff now because, and all the mom didn't know what the heck to say. So the little girl walked. I said, "I'm gonna let her have it. I'm gonna say hi to this little girl." So I'm on. First I saw her and I was on Snapchat, and I said, "Hey, baby." She just looked at me. it's a boy, and we're all loud, and I cracked up, and I said to Toya, Toya, can you believe? We were just laughing,
Right.
but she was innocent. She didn't understand,
Yeah,
but it goes back to the parents. The mom just sat there and looked like she was a deer in headlights. Girl, if you listening, if she ever listens, girl, you was looking crazy. I wanted to say that to you, but I didn't, but my thing is teach the people. Like, if we're adamant about teaching what we want to teach.
Yes,
Teach them. Teach the kids. Like, what is if you can teach your kids and let them know that it's not something you agree with, but they must respect.
Because now they have it on some of the kids' shows, like where it might be, you know what I mean? Like certain characters may play a certain role, and if the kids are taught, what it is, then they would understand.
Not to cut you off, but believe it or not, they've been having gay innuendos in these cartoons for years. Watch some old school Disney.
He-Man.
Honey, bump a He-Man. Give me Disney. Give me the Seven Dwarfs.
Yes.
You had the queens in there.
Wow,
I mean,
how about that?
everything, darling.
Exactly.
That's why
Since
the
the
gays
beginning
live
of
for the
time.
live for the villains. Like, I love me some Maleficent, honey. She was shady. Or she would read, darling, because reading is fundamental.
Yeah, that is funny. Gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? So before we end, man, I got this one question that I always ask everybody, right? And you starting to get known for this, right?
Right.
And so you got your babies, you got your best friends, everybody, right? All your friends, all your children, all that good old stuff.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. You told them a lot, right? So we want the one thing that you never told anybody else that you could tell We Talk Weekly here today.
The one thing.
So you
that
gotta
I
dig in
never
that
told
bag.
Anybody else? I do have one confession.
Uh-oh.
So
Let me turn this music down. Hold on.
yes, turn this one down. Turn this one down. I'm afraid that I might get bee stings for this one because I am in the beehive.
Okay.
But when Destiny's Child first came out, Beyonce wasn't my favorite. It was LaToya.
Ooh, you in trouble.
So
You are in
that
trouble.
is one of my confessions that I gotta make. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
LaToya Lockett, LaToya Nicole Lockett. That's my good girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's my favorite. But I live for all of them. They're all my girl. I love them all to pieces. But that's the one thing I can say.
That's funny.
Thought you was
Since
gonna
we're on
get
the topic of Beyonce, what do you think of this Beyonce and Jay right now? That song she just finished. Crazy.
Mother has arrived. That's what I think.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I don't like all that booty shaking music. But it's like I'm joking. No, like I'm here for it because she's expanding as an artist. Like I would hope that when people follow me, they don't just keep me in a whatever,
like,
box.
yeah,
You never know. I may come out with long hair one day. I may just come out in a whole suit and a tie and say, yo, what up? You never know. You feel what I'm saying? But as an artist, be fabulous. Make you do what you do.
what you
know?
do.
That's her husband. Honey, one thing I will say is Miss Girl is selling out stadiums by herself.
Okay, yeah, she needs no
she
help.
is.
So you can't say nothing about Beyonce. You ain't got to like her. That's okay. She's still going to do it.
Yes.
Hello, and with that said, it's nothing else left to be said except where can they find you and some of your latest projects, and how can they get in contact with you and all that good old stuff?
I'm always on social media, guys. So you can find me on Twitter at Derek Delequa. That's DERREK. Delequa, DELEQUA. Instagram is at IAM Derek Delequa.
Okay.
Now, if you just Google me, you can still do the Delequa, but as you know, like I said, I love Beyonce. You know, she got the little asterisk over the E. Put that over to you, honey, when you put my name
that's
in it,
right.
darling. Yes, I'll come right up, darling. You'll see me, darling. How you doing?
There you go. Now your team told me about, because I'm not gonna let you go, because your team, like, this is something else, because as a wardrobe stylist, right, I say that we're some of the most humble, right? Yes, definitely humble, and we have a thankless job, right? We never get the credit, right? So I love to give everybody credit. So your team, right? And see, they made sure. Look, he got a video. They got a video, let them know where, all that good stuff, what you got coming out, so they can know how to contact and see and find it,
like I said, you just Google Derek Delequa. Okay. I'm everywhere. The show is on YouTube. Okay, my new video, Fabulous Life,
there
is on
we
YouTube.
go. That's what I was waiting for you to say.
LYL is out.
Plug.
Seriously, the thing is about it, I love what I do, and people, you're already living. Derek Delequa is an entity in itself. So I do music, but I finally came to the understanding I'm I'm more of just a public figure. I'm an advocate. So when you look me up, I want you to get the whole experience, darling. I don't want you just looking for one song and thinking, oh, this is all I'm giving. No, baby, because I'm giving you a lot.
Yes.
So when you look up Derek Delequa, you're going to see a lot. What you need? Do you need to talk about something? Go to the show. Oh, what you need to feel better? Go to the song. Oh, what you need to hear about something to talk about? Go to my Facebook Lives. I got a couple of things over there, darling. What you need to know. Because you find me, you find a little bit of everything, darling. So.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Pastor Lady Sparkle.